The Mets beat the Phillies tonight on Sunday Night Baseball, despite the fact that Max Scherzer had a not so good night. The Toronto Blue Jays take 2 out of 3 from the Houston Astros. The Minnesota Twins took 2 out of 3 from the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Cleveland Guardians. Can they catch the Minnesota Twins in the American League Central? Well, they did sweep the Oakland A's, and I'm going to address that. In the NBA playoffs, Giannis Antetokounmpo proved that he was the next big thing, and the Boston Celtics had to find out the hard way. The Golden State Warriors beat the Memphis Grizzlies in their opening game of the West semifinals, despite the fact that Draymond Green got thrown out of the game. And the Indycar series was at Barber Motorsports Park. I will start the show, and I will talk about all of that tonight, and we will start the show right after this.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat. The human drama of athletic competition. This is ABC's Wide World of Sport.
Let's get this show on the road and let's get this big bad boy underway. In the game that you just saw tonight, the New York Mets took care of the Phillies tonight 10-6. Brandon Nimmo. He may have only been 1 for 5 of the run, but he's hitting a respectable 265. Francisco Lindor. Old Frankie, the former Cleveland guy, the former Cleveland native. He was 1 for 4 with 2 runs. He struck out twice. He's hitting 281. Very nice. But those two are not doing anything compared to what Jeff McNeil's been doing. Tonight, he was 4 for 5 with 2 runs and RBI. He's hitting 361 right now. And Pete Alonso, Mr. New York Met himself, he was 1 for 4 with 2 runs, and he had a walk and an RBI tonight. He's hitting 250, just FYI. And Max Scherzer got the win, despite the fact it wasn't one of his best performances. Scherzer pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 4 earned runs. He gave up 3 home runs tonight, very un-Scherzer-like. He walked 1, but he struck out 9. His ERA has gone up to 2.61 after those 3 home runs tonight. That just made me want to say, eek. You have to kind of excuse my voice I have a little bit of a cold. But on the other side of the ball, for the Phillies, Gene Segura, 1 for 4, struck out twice. Rhys Hoskins, 1 for 4, struck out twice. Bryce Harper, 1 for 4. He did have a home run, but he had a home run and he struck out once. Nick Castellanos, 0 for 4, struck out twice. The only real offensive spark plug for the Phillies tonight, Kyle Schwarber. He was 3 for 4 with 2 runs, 3 RBIs. And Zach Eflin got the loss. He pitched 4 1/3, gave up 5 hits, 6 runs, 5 of those runs earned, walked 1, and he struck out 3. Well, there was one good thing about this game tonight. We didn't have Angel Hernandez behind the plate, the worst umpire in Major League Baseball history. He's making Cowboy Joe West look like a good old country boy, by the way. But the Mets did sweep the Phillies and got a big win. And the New York Yankees also. They beat the Kansas City Royals today 6-4. The road to the World crown, the road to the World Series crown, as of the 1st of May, is going through New York. The Mets and the Yankees are in first place in their respective divisions. In the Central Division in both divisions, the Milwaukee Brewers own first place in the National League Central, while the Minnesota Twins, the only team above 500 in the division, lead in the American League Central right now. But in the National League West, the Dodgers have a slight lead. In the American League West, The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Despite Shintani Hotani's injury, he'll be gone for a few games. The LA Angels now are in first place in the American League West. Is it the fact that the Houston Astros are struggling, or is it the fact that the Angels are that good? Well, right now, the fact is the Houston Astros are struggling right now. The Toronto Blue Jays took 2 out of 3 from the Houston Astros this weekend. And here's a couple of facts for the Blue Jays to think about. The Blue Jays are 9-2 in one-run games. They lead the league in majors in most one-run win games this season. Here's a few cases in point. George Springer, for this 3-game set, 3 for 10, 2 home runs, 2 RBIs. Vladimir Guerrero, not one of his best performances this weekend. 1 for 12, he struck out 4 times. Bo Bichette, 3 for 13 with a home run, 2 RBIs, but he did strike out 3 times. Matt Chapman, the acquisition from Oakland, 2 for 9. He had a home run in the series with 2 RBIs and 3 strikeouts. But the best pitching performance of this 3-game set came on a Sunday afternoon, courtesy of Kevin Guzman. He pitched 7 innings, gave up 6 hits, 2 earned runs, struck out 10. And Jordan Romano got his 11th save of the season this weekend. Hats off to both those fine pitchers. And hats off to the Blue Jays for doing their part. The Houston Astros are going the wrong direction. Is it because Carlos Correa is not around anymore? That could be part of it. But the Blue Jays take 2 out of 3 from the Houston Astros. That is huge. The Twins are 3 games up over the Cleveland Guardians in the American League Central. And I'm going to talk about the Guardians here in a few minutes. Cleveland fans, stay tuned. But first, the Minnesota Twins take 2 of 3 from the Tampa Bay Rays. Now, the Rays won 6-1 on Friday, but in the last 2 games on Saturday and Sunday, the Twins outscored the Rays 19-4. I'm not making this up. Byron Buxton, he was 2 for 8 with a home run, an RBI, and 2 strikeouts. Carlos Correa, what a 3-game set he had. 7 for 13 with 4 runs, 2 RBIs. He's back to his old Correa form again, if you get what I mean. And Luis Arias, he had some struggles. He was only 1 for 10 in this 3-game set. But if you want a pitching performance, this is the best I could do. Josh Winder of the Twins. On Sunday, he pitched 6 solid innings, gave up 2 hits, walked 1. He struck out 7. His ERA is only 2.20 right now, folks. And he got his first win of the season. Very impressive. The Twins are the hottest team. If you go outside of New York and LA, who's the hottest team in baseball right now in the American League? Has to be the Minnesota Twins. Now I know it's kind of odd, and I know it's the first of May. But things are going to start heating up before too much longer. Everybody knows it. But here's the deal. If you look at what the Twins have done, they had some struggles early in the season. Have they cured those early season woes? We'll have to wait and see. 1 point, Carlos Correa was only hitting like 192. Now he's hitting 256. Correa's back in full form. So look out, everybody else. And I mean it. But now, let's talk about Cleveland. The Cleveland Guardians. They sweep the Oakland A's. Now, the Oakland A's, their fan base is very weak right now because of their ownership. And I'm going to address that here in a few minutes. But this is the first sweep for the Guardians. For the first time the Guardians have swept the A's in 22 years. That's how bad it is. But let's think about this. Miles Straw in this series. 5 for 13. 2 runs, 2 doubles, but he had 3 strikeouts. He's hitting a respectable 289. Stephen Kwan. He was 3 for 9 with the series with 2 runs. What has he done so far? He's at a respectable 340. Jose Ramirez, Mr. Cleveland himself. 3 for 10 with 4 runs, a double, a home run, 3 RBIs. But he had 4 walks. What's he done so far? He's a respectable 341. Oh, no, I'm going to skip over this next guy. Josh Naylor. He was 4 for 12 this series. 2 runs, a home run, 2 RBIs. He's hitting 313. Andres Jimenez. 6 for 13 this series. 3 runs, 2 doubles, a home run, 5 RBIs. He's hitting a respectable 346. And Richie Palacasio. My apologies if I can't pronounce your name. He was 2 for 7 with a double, 2 RBIs. He's hitting a respectable 333. And Aubrey Miller. If I mispronounced your name, sir, I apologize. But he was 2 for 9, 4 runs, a double, 1 RBI. He's hitting 377. I think the Guardians are going to get hot. I think they are. We're going into May, and usually the Guardians don't do well in April. If Cleveland's going to make any noise, it's going to be May, June, or July. That's where I look for Cleveland to make any noise, if they do. But if you want good pitching performances, I got 2 of them for you. Shane Bieber on Saturday. He pitched 7 solid innings, gave up 1 home run, 7 hits, a walk. He struck out 7. Sadly, he got a no decision. But there's one bright spot, a couple of bright spots for him. He does have a 2.54. He does have a 2.45 ERA, and he does have 29 strikeouts to his credit. But on Sunday, Tristan McKenzie had a great performance. He pitched 6 1/3 innings, gave up 4 hits, walked 1, struck out 7. He's got a 2.70 ERA and 24 Ks to his credit this season. Nice deal. The Guardians sweeping the A's is may not be such a big deal for a lot of people. But you got to remember, the Guardians were having their struggles. A sweep of the A's is what I think they needed. But I want to talk about the Oakland A's here for just a few minutes. You notice a lot of people are not pouring into the Coliseum to watch the Oakland Athletics play. It's because their fan base has decided to boycott because they are mad at upper management for not getting great players. Let's think about this for a minute. What did the A's do during the offseason? They traded away Matt Olson to the Braves. They sent Matt Chapman somewhere else. And they sent Chris Bassett to the New York Mets. And what did the A's do? They went out and got a bunch of prospects. So that's why the Oakland A's organization is not doing so well right now. That's why attendance at A's games is so low right now. It's not even funny. But I will say this for the Oakland A's. At least they're not the Cincinnati Reds. The Reds right now are a dismal 3-19 on this season. The worst in franchise history. What is going on in Cincinnati near the river? The Reds can't do anything. They're only hitting like about 200 right now. They don't have no pitching. They have no nothing. We're only going into May. And a lot of people over are thinking the Reds are going to lose over 100 ball games. Could that happen? I think it's going to happen. The Reds lose over 100 games. I could see that happening the way they're playing right now. There, you want a cellar dweller? You got one in Cincinnati. Even the Pittsburgh Pirates are doing better than the Cincinnati Reds. I know this is sad. The Pirates have been cellar dwellers in the National League Central for so many years. But even they're starting to make some noise. Now as we go into the month of May, the month of April is over for the baseball season. However, as we go into May, you'll know how things will go this month. Max Scherzer had his struggles tonight on the first day of May. Is this a sign of things to come for the New York Mets? The Mets have the best record in the National League. And the New York Yankees, like I've said, the road to the World Series could possibly have to go through New York. If that happens, look out. And that's all I can say. All right. That was your NBA that was your Major League Baseball action for this weekend. But we had 2 huge games in the NBA on Sunday. The Milwaukee Bucks faced the Boston Celtics in Game 1 of the NBA East semifinals. The Milwaukee Bucks came home winners today, 101-89 over the Boston Celtics. Drew Holiday, 25 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. It was a special holiday for him. It was beat Boston Day in Game 1. That's a good holiday. I'm just kidding. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 24 points, 13 rebounds, 12 assists, 2 blocks, a triple-double. Are you serious? Bobby Portis, 15 points, 11 rebounds. He had a measly double-double. I shouldn't sound like that. Milwaukee fans, I'm sorry. But I have to have a little bit of fun. But as for the Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. Al Horford, no relation to Anna Marie Horsford on the Bold and the Beautiful, and amen, by the way. Psych. But anyway, Al Horford, 12 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Jaylen Brown, 12 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. The Boston Celtics only had 20 points in the paint in Game 1. The lowest output in the paint all season long. And the Milwaukee Bucks dominated on the fast break 28-8 in Game 1. Giannis is just too big. The Milwaukee Bucks, I hate to say it, pending some ball miracle, the Milwaukee Bucks may be starting a dynasty. I hope for the sake of the rest of the NBA, I'm wrong. But the Milwaukee Bucks, if Giannis stays healthy or Drew Holiday stays healthy, look out. The Bucks are the team to beat. And the Miami Heat, the Philadelphia 76ers, better take notice after what they did to the Boston Celtics in Game 1. Now, I know it's only the first game of the series, but if Boston goes down 2-0, it's going to be a long road back. And everybody knows it. Everybody in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, everybody in Boston, everybody in Philadelphia, and especially in Miami knows how good the Milwaukee Bucks really are. They're the reigning world champs. They started their title defense with a positive note. All right, let's move on. Game 1 of the NBA Western Conference semifinals. The Golden State Warriors beat the Memphis Grizzlies 117-116 on a missed layup at the end of the game. Golden State won despite the fact that Draymond Green got ejected at the end of the first half for a flagrant foul. That is something to keep in mind. Draymond got tossed from the game. Jordan Poole had to come off the bench and put 31 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, and 2 steals on the board. Steph Curry, 24 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Andrew Wiggins, 17 points, 8 rebounds. When Draymond got tossed, everybody thought Golden State was in trouble. Memphis played their hearts out today. Ja Morant, 34 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists, 3 steals in the game. Jaren Jackson Jr., 33 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. 2 double-doubles, and it wasn't enough. A missed layup at the end of the game cost the Memphis Grizzlies Game 1 against the Golden State Warriors. How crazy was that tonight? That's the truth. I've never seen a performance like this in all my life. That's the bottom line, and that's the truth of the matter. That's the way I saw it in the first game. Now, I know it's only Game 1, but this could be a sign of things to come. And that's the truth. Also today, the NASCAR Cup Series got rained out today at Dover International Speedway. The race was stopped after 79 laps this afternoon. When they go back to racing tomorrow at 12 noon on Fox Sports 1, Kyle Larson will be the leader of the race. Hopefully the weather in Dover, Delaware will cooperate. But the weather at Barber Motorsports Park in Alabama definitely cooperated today as the Indycars went to Barber Raceway. Pato O'Ward got his first win of the season today. Alex Palou came home second. Renus VK led the most laps and finished third. Will Power was fourth. And the many-time champion Scott Dixon came home fifth. So what's next for the NTT IndyCar Series? Well, They're going to Indianapolis. Not quite for the 500. The 500 is going to be 2 weeks later. But on May 14th, we will have the first race for the Indycars at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on the road course. The second race will not be until later in July. I just want to put that out now. But Saturday, May 14th, 3 o'clock on NBC, the Indycars will be at Indianapolis for the road race. And then 2 weeks later on May 29th, we will have the 106th Indianapolis 500. I can't believe the 500 is now less than a month away. It's the 1st of May, 28 more days to go, and we will have the biggest 500-mile speed classic on all of auto racing. Will Helio Castroneves Drive for 5 be a success? I hope so, because right now Helio's struggling this season. He's had some struggles early in the season. The Meyer-Shank guys need to find a right formula for the right car. The Penske team started the season off with 3 straight wins, 2 of them by Joseph Newgarden, and the first one by Scott McLaughlin, the rookie, the second-year star. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I've already given my closing thoughts, but I'm going to make a special announcement. My work schedule has changed. Yes, I have a regular job. My work schedule has changed. So from now on, at 11, I am going to have the debut of the Scott Manning YouTube Sports night at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll be right here for the nightly wrap. Still do the weekend kickoff on Friday. I'll even do a Saturday wrap up on Saturday night. And I will be here all weekend long, and I'm just so thrilled and so happy to be able to do these shows. My first show starts, you know what? I'm actually going to do them on Facebook, because Facebook I can get more of a broader audience. So starting tomorrow night at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Facebook, it will be the Scott Manning YouTube Sports, actually the Scott Manning Facebook Sports weeknight wrap-up show. I will still do my regular shows on Friday night and Sunday night. I promise you that. But this is a new thing that I'm trying. I've already decided. So please join me at 11:30 p.m. Monday through Friday for the weeknight wrap-up shows. I'll give you my professional opinion. I'll give you final scores, and you'll get my professional opinion on the world in sports. Okay, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I will see you Friday morning at about 11 a.m. with the Scott Manning YouTube Sports Weekend Kickoff Show, and I'll have the nightly wrap-up at about 10:30 or 11 o'clock on YouTube every Sunday night for the YouTube Sports Weekend wrap-up. I want to thank you guys so much for being with me on this night. You guys have a great night. Thank you so much for being with me, and God bless. Goodbye, everybody, and I thank you.